If you've ever wanted to go down as one of history's most famous faces, it would probably help if your face was literally made of gold. And you were already kind of a big deal, say an Egyptian pharaoh. This is King Tutankhamun, and for nearly a century, people the world over have been a little bit obsessed with him. King Tut lived 3,000 years ago, during a time period we call the New Kingdom of Egypt, even though it's obviously kinda old now. He took the throne at 9 or 10 and lived just a few short years, dying at 19. Archaeologists aren't exactly sure what he died of, but he probably had malaria and disabilities. Anyway, like other Egyptian pharaohs of the time, he was mummified. Most of his organs were removed, put in jars to bury with him, and his body was wrapped and preserved in oils and minerals. And all that was stuffed in a secret tomb. Apart from being a king, King Tut didn't do anything particularly exciting during his life, that we know of anyway. But the discovery of his tomb thousands of years later made him a superstar. See, in 1922, after years digging in the Valley of the Kings, an area many pharaohs and other important people had been buried, an archaeologist named Howard Carter discovered a set of steps.
I was struck dumb with amazement, and when Lord Carnarvon, unable to stand the suspense any longer, inquired anxiously, "Can you see anything?" It was all I could do to get out the words, "Yes, wonderful things."
Tombs like this weren't just filled with mummies and gross body parts in jars. They contained very valuable objects. The Egyptians believed they could take their riches with them after they died, but those riches made tombs a target for thieves. Despite that, robbers left a lot of King Tut's treasure behind, and people everywhere were blown away with what the tomb contained.
Within the chamber stood an immense sarcophagus of glittering gold, which is almost certain to contain the mummy of the king. Wonderful paintings, including that of a giant cat, covered the walls. A second chamber was crowded with priceless treasures.
There was some speculation his tomb was cursed. It started after a few visitors to the tomb died just months after entering it. Of course, they died from completely explainable causes, and scientists agreed that it's all basically nonsense. But it gave these news reporters something to joke about.
It's quite clear that in the 20th century it's very unlikely that some sort of curse like that could possibly persist, but oh dear.
In 2018, Tutankhamun lives on. Well, not really. But Australians will get a rare chance to see some of his treasures. Sydney is set to become one of just 10 cities to host the biggest Tutankhamun exhibition ever to leave Egypt. Unfortunately, it's not until 2021. The good news is, King Tut's not going anywhere. He's dead.